I wanted to hear maybe from some of the actors how you all prepared to be in a period piece. Had you done this era before? Was it a little bit nerve-wracking to get ready to do something from this period, and maybe a little bit about how you worked with them?
Sure. Well, I know Tishuan did a little bit of research.
Some of my research was unintentional. I was actually doing theater in 2009 at Oregon Shakespeare Festival, and I took a trip to the library, and there was W.B. Du Bois, The Souls of Black Folk, and Ida B. Wells, Barnett, Georgia Lynch Law. I was led to a lot of history of America and African American history, and it began with that. And through those years, I started reading more and more of African American history, and my character was kind of built upon the stories that I read.
Reading about the time period and just kind of, that kind of getting into that world was, it wasn't easy, but I found that Chris kind of alleviated that stress by making it more about the relationships that we were having, and less about this thing about time period.
I kind of went into this production with an open mind, and I built my character off of the rehearsals that Chris, Tishuan, and I would do in the backyard of the house we were staying in. And I built my character off of that. Chris, he's very specific to what he wants. So that was good, because this was my first film. And he helped me, and I guess I helped him too, so.
I couldn't be prouder of all your performances.
All right, well, we'll open it up for questions in the audience. Does anybody have a question?
First film, awesome job. You did a great job. How were you cast for this role?
So the question, I'll repeat because we've got two theaters here, is how was, just commending you on your first performance and then asking how you were cast.
I'm from Los Angeles. My agent called me, and I got to call, and I went in. It was a ton of boys, and I kind of had a character. When I first read for the character, Will was kind of like, he was sassy. That's how I saw Will. And so I got the call back, and Chris worked with me through the callback, and 3 weeks went by, and I was like, oh, okay, I didn't get the part, you move on. And then my dad was like, oh yeah, you got the part in the film, and I was like, oh cool. So that was great, because Will was the lead character, so my first film being the lead, that was great, and I was just ready to work. And
Yeah, so earlier you described me as specific, which is a kind word, because I am incredibly thorough and a little bit crazy. And so actually when I was searching for the actor, we went to every school within about 200 miles of here and either held on-campus auditions, or if they didn't want to cooperate, we would use the Freedom of Information Act to have them let all my casting assistants look through their yearbooks, send their parents letters to urge them to come out to our auditions. We probably saw 800, 900 boys for this role, and just through an agency, Ashton, and just it was just I knew it was him.
Other questions?
Some of the shots that you opened up with and closed, were brilliantly shot and beautiful. I was curious if there was any stories to regale.
About the locations?
About the locations.
Okay. So questions about the locations, which actually it's really amazing that you're able to find all these places that seem so well preserved.
I guess Chris and I talked a lot about this project as we developed it, or as he came up with things, so we thought it was important to capture a variety of locations. If you're going to have a journey, and you don't want all the trees to be the same, show some progress. And so he and I went around on a number of trips through Texas, and fortunately a lot of the movies shot in Gonzales, and there was some very nice people who let us use their ranch for a lot of the shooting. But then we went as far east as almost the eastern border in the Piney Woods, and we drive to Houston for a place that had a building that we could use, and we would, it was a mixture of buildings and things. We built Burrell's place, Caroline, thank you, and Scott, thank you, and then just finding a place that looked right. We went through 1 million pine forests with Chris walking around saying, these are 2 feet too close together, we need some other pine forests. We go to the swamp, and that swamp that's in there is Martin Dye's State Park, which is near the Angelina National Forest, and And we combine that with Palmetto State Park, which is in Gonzales, basically we're on team where Chris is from. It's around the corner from his house he grew up in. And we combine that with a tank on a ranch that had been flooded. And so everything's a combination of things and just finding things that look just right. And we were very thorough. Very thorough.
Terrific. Well, congratulations to you, to the incredible cast. What an amazing job, everyone.